Hey villagers, thank you so much for tuning into my channel. Today I'm coming to you with another video regarding mommyhood, and we're going to be discussing some top tips on how to manage your time as a new mommy. And we're talking about within the first days and weeks and months of mommyhood. Okay, so this is definitely something that you need to be watching if you are in the process of recovering from having your bundle of joy, but now you're like, OMG, it is so chaotic, girl. I don't know what to do. I'm about to help you. I'm a first-time mom and I have a 5-month-old myself. So I've definitely been where you are. And I'm going to share with you some tips that I used that have really made the difference between me feeling like I have no control to regaining control of my life. So let's get into it.
Life unscripted, fame the fun and last. Come witness. Come witness. Yeah. April's life has changed so much. See what it's like with a new mom touch. It's okay if you don't have a clue. Join the club, cause it's new to us too. Yeah. It's a mom's life unscripted, hey.
Now, before we begin today's video, I want to let you know that I have a blog and it's called amomslifeunscripted.com. It's a resource for first-time moms who have no idea on what to do with parenthood. As I mentioned, I'm a first-time mommy myself. I just had my son Noah 5 months ago. So I've been documenting everything that I have been experiencing for the past 5 months. So if you're a mommy who's about to give birth or just gave birth, you should definitely head over to my blog. I give you topics on things that I have been experiencing, and it will definitely help you in your new phase of mommyhood. I also have an ebook, which is called Calming the Chaos. It's a stress management book that goes more into detail about how to calm the chaos when you just have a baby and regain control. So now that I've mentioned that, let's go into the tips. The first thing you want to do as a brand new mom is assess your routine. When you first have a baby, the things that you used to do prior to having a baby are not going to apply anymore. You kind of have to start from scratch. I always tell mommies, not only do you give birth to a baby, but you're giving birth to being somebody's mama. So everybody's giving birth over here. It's a first for everybody. So you have to assess what you're currently doing in your daily routine. If it means waking up earlier, taking more frequent naps. So you want to make sure that you're assessing everything about your routine from the time you eat breakfast to the time you get out of bed, take a shower, all that. You have to kind of establish a routine. You either need to decide if you're going to let the baby lead your routine or if you're going to set up a routine for your baby. Currently, what I do is a mixture of both baby-led as well as we have standard routines. For example, things like bedtime is standardized, but as far as activities throughout the day, when he naps, we kind of let him decide, but we're always up and dressed and do everything that we need to do by 9 a.m. Okay, so Noah knows by 9 we are up, and starting around 7:30 all the way until he goes to bed is the bedtime routine. So that's something that you need to decide when you first have a baby. The second thing that you're gonna have to do is prioritize. This is difficult for me, okay? Because I'm the type of person that likes to get any and everything done like immediately, but I realize that you have to prioritize things, especially when you first have a baby. You're not gonna be able to do all the tasks on your list. Some tasks are gonna take you months to accomplish, and you gotta be okay with that, because the first thing you have to make sure is that the baby's needs are being met, your needs are being met for recovery, and that there's a game plan on these are the things you need to tackle first, and then everything else is a luxury. Plan ahead. I'm a planner anyway, so planning ahead is great, but you definitely have to start planning ahead. And I'm not talking 10, 15 minutes. I'm talking about hour, 2 hours in advance. You have to start planning ahead for leaving the house, planning ahead for any different activities that you're going to be introducing to the baby. Remember, the baby's new. The baby's a stranger to this world. So everything that you introduce to them, they will become acclimated over time. But you have to plan ahead. If you have a doctor's appointment at 10, you can't leave at 9:55 like you used to. Sometimes you gotta leave at like 8:45 to get there at 10. Okay, it takes a while to load the baby in the car. It might take a while to get the baby settled. All that stuff you have to start calculating in your head. Oh snap, did I feed the baby? Does the baby need to be fed before we take the baby out? Does the baby need to be changed? That takes 10, 15, 20 minutes to do, depending on their age and how long it takes them to feed, if they're breast or bottle fed. So those are some of the things you have to think about and why you have to start planning ahead. It also allows you to be a lot more calm because okay, if the doctor's appointment is at 10, we have to get up at 6. It gives me 4 hours to really coordinate. Okay, I need to get the baby dressed, changed, fed. I need to get dressed and fed and calm my nerves before I take the baby to the doctor. So planning ahead is something you're gonna have to definitely incorporate into your new routine. Ask for help. I cannot stress this enough. I know with the pandemic going on, it can be really challenging, but every mommy needs help. This is something that I'm gonna definitely stress. You need help. And if people aren't coming to help you, call them out on it. Just because it's a pandemic does not mean people cannot help you. People can send things to the house. People can drop things off right at the front door. They don't have to come in. There's so many ways that people can help you if the risk of coming in and contracting what's going on is of importance to you. There's so many other ways that people can help. Make sure you ask for help. And you have to keep reminding people to ask for help, okay? Because people, they tend to forget, that you need help. And one of the reasons why I'm gonna stress ask for help is because you're not gonna always get the help that you need the first go round. Sometimes it takes the 10th or 12th before people realize you really need help. And now that the restrictions are lighting up across the country, there is no excuse as to why people can't come and help you. Even if it's coming in, watching the baby so that you can go take a shower, wash your booty, wash your hair, take a nap, eat. Something as simple as eating becomes a task when you first have a baby. And remember, you're really healing. Your baby's healing, you're healing. So you need help. And I'm going to be really, really harping on the help because as a person who didn't necessarily get the help that they needed the first early stages of giving birth, I'm telling you from personal experience, continue to ask for help. There's so many ways that people can help you. And if you need the help, ask for it. If you have a partner, ask your partner for help. Because keep in mind too, not everybody's partner is home with them while they're experiencing maternity leave or postpartum. Some people, they're married to essential workers. So you have to really have a strong village to help you so that while your spouse or your partner is not there, you can still get the help you need. Remember, it takes about 8 to 12 weeks to fully heal from having a baby. We're talking about months, okay? And if you had a cesarean or had a difficult pregnancy or you had a premature birth, there's so many other complications that can go into the healing process for women. So that's why you have to always, always, always ask for help. And if you're not receiving it, when you do receive it, you call people out because you need help, okay? I got you, girl. Find ways to reduce stress. Listen, being somebody's mother is completely stressful, okay? Because you give birth to this human and they're outside, so you're not going to be able to monitor them 24/7. And you have to start to balance that with your own stress, your own anxiety. So you have to find ways to reduce stress. Like every day throughout the day, I always take a few minutes to just go sit outside on the deck for like 30 minutes. That helps me reduce stress and anxiety, because it will start to boil up if you're not able to handle those things in the early stages of becoming someone's mother. And stress looks different to everyone. Some people overeat. Some people don't eat at all. Some people don't sleep. Some people sleep too much. Some people withdraw. Some people are like overly in everything. So find out what triggers you have for your stress and find ways to do it. It's really challenging in the first few weeks because you're like kind of out of it, and you just had a baby and you're trying to heal, but there are so many ways that you can reduce stress in the early weeks. Something as simple as taking a walk with the baby in the stroller can help reduce stress, clear your mind, things like that. Find ways throughout the day to reduce stress. You want to budget extra time and money into every activity. For example, let's say you are going to the doctor. If it's a wellness visit, you're not going to pay a copay for the most part, but let's say you have to get a medication. Let's say the baby needs milk on the run. Let's say you ran out of diapers. Let's say on your way back home, you did something and now the baby's peed all over the place and now you got to get the car cleaned. You have to always have an extra budget for time and money for this baby. It's like instant. As soon as you have the baby, you got to budget for stuff, because any and everything unexpectedly can happen with your baby and can happen with you too. For example, you could be out and the first few weeks after you give birth, you're wearing a diaper, but then eventually you can taper off to the pads, and then eventually, you ain't got to worry about it until your regular cycle returns. But what if one day you were pushing it too hard and you overbleed and you've stopped wearing the diapers and now you're in a pad? So now, let's say you're not able to go home immediately and change out of the outfit. You need money to go get a change of clothes, get a change of underwear, get some more diapers. So that's an example of making sure you have a little extra just in case, because it happens, and it happens often in the first few weeks, because once you start feeling better, you might be overextending yourself, and then like your bleeding will go from tapering off to coming right back. It took me almost 14 weeks to stop bleeding after I first gave birth to Noah. 14 weeks. I did not have a regular cycle until I was like in month almost 4. That's when I started having a regular period again after giving birth to Noah. So I'm telling you from first-hand experience, make sure that you budget to have just a little extra just in case ish hits the fan while you out in these streets. Yeah. All right, I have 7 other tips on ways that you should be managing your time and your stress as a new mommy, but they are on the blog at amomslifeunscripted.com. So I will put the link to the blog post in the description box below so that you can follow up and read the other 7 tips I have for you. So that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please thumbs up, share, like, comment, and subscribe. Join the village. I would love to have you. Thank you so much to everyone who has joined the channel so far. I greatly appreciate you. I feel like you are part of my village, because without you and your support, I would not be here. So I greatly appreciate it. And until next time, take care. And I hope these tips will help you in your new mommyhood journey. Take care. Bye.